Yo, welcome to the very first ever player versus player comparison video that I'm doing. I've been kind of getting pretty bored of these informative essay, script writing videos. I'd rather just do freestyle ones. I think they're more entertaining and they're just a lot easier and more fun to make. But yeah, Kyrie Irving versus Damian Lillard. I don't think we haven't ever yet, and we're never going to see them match up in the playoffs. No, we haven't yet. I have a feeling, right, that Kyrie Irving is, after this next year, he's going to leave the Nets and he's going to go to the West. And after next year, Damian Lillard might request a trade and go to the East. Like I just have a feeling. I don't see them ever matching up in the playoffs against each other. And if they do, it's probably like if they're really old, taking like a third, fourth, fifth option kind of role. Or do you guys think Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving will ever do that? Like a kind of like a Carmelo Anthony role? I don't know. But today we're here to compare them. Yeah, you guys probably love my background. I look like I live in jail. But yeah, head to head, Kyrie Irving is he definitely has more potential to pass Dame right now from a career aspect. When you just think about Damian Lillard, well, he was 22 years old, 21 years old, going to the NBA from, was it like a Weber State, however you say it. I'm not really good with colleges. Kyrie Irving was a one and done from Duke, and it's just so like even though Damian Lillard was drafted before, no, sorry, Damian Lillard was drafted after Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is still younger, so it's really interesting to see. But am I really here to compare the careers or how good they are? Well, both. Let's just get into the career. I actually believe both were Rookie of the Year. Were Kyrie and Dame Rookie of the Year? Both. They were back-to-back Rookie of the Year. So just from a aspect of as soon as they go into the NBA, both of them were they weren't superstars obviously going into the NBA, but they were looking like really promising. And not that I was really gonna hold it against them too much if one of them didn't get Rookie of the Year, but it's just it's something interesting. It's something to compare. How much does the rookie season mean? Does LaMelo getting the Rookie of the Year over Ant, does that really make him, does that actually matter in the grand scheme of things? I don't know. But yeah, for the first couple of years of their career, Damian Lillard and Kyrie Irving, I think, kind of had their own team. I think Kyrie Irving might have lasted like, what, 2-3 years before Braun joined. Dame always kind of had, did he always have LaMarcus? Now I'm forgetting. Okay, so Dame always had LaMarcus, made the playoffs a few times. And what I will say is, I'm not gonna lie. So I looked a little bit into the kind of their careers before making this video. I really thought Damian Lillard was just like almost untouchable playoff player. Besides obviously the fact of the Pelicans versus Trailblazer series, Anthony Davis versus Damian Lillard, and Drew Holiday just completely Drew Holiday, and I think it was Rajon Rondo just completely diminished Damian Lillard. I thought that was his one thing, but to be honest, if you really look at the stats and efficiency wise, now that's not always going to tell the whole story, but I can't really remember every single playoff series that happens. Especially, man, the Blazers have a lot of first round exits. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But at the same time, Damian Lillard was always one of those players that like all the Bleacher Reports, the House of Highlight, those are the same places. The ESPNs, all of them, they always kind of asked the big question of, is Damian Lillard the most underrated player in the NBA? I'm pretty sure he didn't even make an All-Star appearance until, no, he made one pretty early. Oh, his second and third season, Damian Lillard was an All-Star, and then he didn't get an All-Star for the next 2 years, and everyone on social media was pretty much freaking out, being like, man, what this Damian Lillard is just one of the most talented players in the league. How could this happen? Blah, 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 blah. And eventually, when he got the respect he deserved, because everyone was saying he was underrated, as soon as he started getting these All-Star appearances and people started calling him a superstar, top 10 player in the league, people were saying, okay, well, now he just went from most underrated to most overrated, and it was just like this huge thing. I feel like Kyrie Irving has always been in this very consistent level, that the league's going to give him an all-star, but they're not really going to rank him too highly in the all-NBA status. Because yeah, I'm looking and he only has 3 all-NBA selections, 15, 19, and 21. Never made an all-NBA first team. So no one has ever really said that Kyrie Irving is overrated, because the league isn't really going crazy over him. But yeah, when comparing Kyrie Irving to Damian Lillard, when you just look at the stats, the points per game and all that, Damian Lillard has always just kind of been there in the playoffs. He's always kind of done his thing. He's always had to be the best player on his team, while Kyrie Irving has had LeBron, he's had KD, he's had all these players. But the one true determining factor of who do you think is better overall, like just career-wise, is probably the 2016 playoff run, where, obviously Kyrie Irving and LeBron James in the last 3 games of that series when they were down 3-1 just had an absolutely amazing run. So yeah, how do you value that? That whole run going down 3-1. Damian Lillard has never had a championship. He's never won a title. He's never, come back from any kind of deficit. I don't remember him at least coming back from a deficit. I could be wrong though, but I don't even care to look through his whole career. So yeah, in that playoff run, Kyrie Irving averaged 25. And next year in 2017, when they lost to the Warriors in the finals because of the super team, Kyrie Irving averaged 26 points per game. But outside of those 2 years, Kyrie Irving in the playoffs has been pretty weak. I mean, we're talking about 21, 22, 19, 20 points per game. Just absolutely mediocre when it comes to, like, when you're comparing him to a superstar in Damian Lillard, a guy who just got the bag. What did Young Doug say? I done got me a check, I got a check. Did I body that thug? Dude, free him, but like, did I body that? Like, getting his voice, he has the most unique voice in rap. Like, it's so hard to, I can't just sing normally. Like, it just seems wrong. I done got me a check. I got, like, no, you can't do that. But yeah, when you, let me get back on topic. When you really look at Kyrie Irving, also, it's a health thing. I mean, when you're comparing two players and how good they are, do you take health into consideration? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, are we comparing them as basketball players or NBA players? If you compare them by NBA players, then health absolutely matters. Just strictly basketball, I mean, I guess it's whatever. But what's the point? And this is what I ask people when, we talk about comparing basketball players, like how good they are, how skilled they are versus what they're actually doing in the league, how healthy they are, is what's the point of being this good basketball player if it doesn't translate all the way to the NBA? I feel like just being the better NBA, National Basketball Association player in those 82 games and in those potentially 28 games in the playoffs up to, how are you performing? And I'm not gonna act like Damian Lillard is just this perfect playoff player. I mean, he's definitely had his moments. He has not been the most efficient player. I mean, he is taking probably the most difficult shots in the league, but I don't know. I kind of do see, in two categories, Damian Lillard is just like top one tier guy where he can actually lead a team to the finals. Now, he made the Western Conference Finals only once, and it was against the Super Team Warriors. He was never going to beat them. No team was ever going to beat them fully healthy, but he actually did get swept, so that's actually pretty bad. But I'm not going to hold being swept too much. Like, Jokic against the Suns got swept, and it looks bad 4-0. You couldn't win a single game. But, I mean, I'm not going to blame Dame or Jokic for either of those series. And actually, Kyrie Irving got swept. And I'm not really going to hold that too much against him, even though he only had one good game out of the four. But what I am going to hold, actually, no, I am going to hold him accountable for playing bad. If he would have just played good, averaged a cool 23, 24 points per game, wasn't making too many mistakes, okay, then sure, him getting swept wasn't his fault. But if you're only going to have 1 out of 4 good games, I mean, you're not getting outplayed, you're getting demolished. It's that simple. So far, career-wise, I think I'm taking Damian Lillard. I think he's easily just had the better career more. I'm pretty sure he's had more All-NBA appearances. Yeah, he's had 6, 7 if you count the All-NBA bubble team, which it's funny, it's ridiculous. But I mean, if you just look at Damian Lillard, at least in the playoffs overall so far, he's had the most high. He's at a higher high than Kyrie Irving. Like, when we're talking about last year, and this is okay. We're also going to say current, even though he had a bad season last season. Kyrie Irving didn't play and played bad in the playoffs, so that's kind of even. I'm taking Damian Lillard over Kyrie Irving right now, and that's non-questionable. And overall, I mean, when you just look at not last season, but the season before that, I think the Blazers played the Nuggets. Damian Lillard had like probably the. Yeah, and we said this on my podcast. By the way, check out I forgot to mention it. I just started a podcast with my friends. I'm gonna link it in the description. Go check it out, please. We're only gonna grow from there. That's gonna be our worst one yet. We're gonna get better every single podcast. But he probably had the greatest losing game I've ever seen. Definitely in the playoffs. And maybe probably not regular season wise. There's probably been, in 75 years, there's probably been a crazier game. But it felt like Damian Lillard literally could not miss in clutch time. And that's just kind of the player that he is. You can always rely on him. Even being like a 50-50 guy in clutch time is really good. Because, the defense always gets better when the game is down in the last 2 or 3 minutes. And overall, it's about tough shot making. And I'll just say this. Damian Lillard's a better clutch shot maker than Kyrie Irving. And when you really compare Kyrie Irving head to head, I haven't even done this yet. Dame's a better playmaker. I think Dame's a really underrated playmaker, if you ask me. Definitely better than Kyrie Irving. Even though Kyrie Irving's good, he's so good. Dame's a better shooter, better overall scorer. I think the only thing Kyrie really has is handles, maybe defense. I'm not really going to compare bad and bad with defense. It just seems kind of unnecessary. But yeah, overall, I'm taking Damian Lillard. Who do you guys taking? Let me know in the comments. And that's going to be the video. Like it, please. I really want this fun kind of video thing to be like my best performing video, so please help me out. These are easier to make, so I'm going to be making more of them more often, even though every time I say that, I never make videos more often. But let's just hope it's this time. And I want to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2022. And yeah, if I could get like probably 600, 580, something crazy like that by the end of the month, that'd be amazing. So please subscribe, and yeah, peace.